So today, um, we went on a biblical excursion, and on the go tour told us that if we wanted to, we could go to Mount Nebo. And so we went to Mount Nebo, which is the mountain in which Moses looked out on the promised land when he could see where it was but couldn't go in. Really significant place. Of course, there's a church there, and we could clearly see where Israel began and where Jordan ended. This contrast between the wilderness and then this place where everything's green and lush. So, processing through today, just my own Mount Nebos. Are there places that, because of my own disobedience, I can't go further? Are there places that this is the end? I can't go because of the Lord stopping me, and just praying through. I don't want to be stuck on Mount Nebo. I want to keep going into the promised land. From there, went to a Catholic church called St. George, and has the oldest mosaic map of the Holy Land. So commissioned a long time ago to, in this beautiful mosaic, put all these biblical places. Went from there to Church of the Beheading of St. John. Interesting place. All these beautiful big murals of the beheading of John the Baptist. In fact, we would go down into these caves underneath the church in the basement and then find a statue of a head on a platter where people put money on it and put pictures, I guess, for John the Baptist to bless them. Then you could climb way up to the bell tower, pretty steep, long ways up, and look out at Madga, and just a massive city that we saw. And just interesting, when we go in the sanctuary of the church, there was actually a baptism taking place of a baby who was not thrilled about getting baptized. So it just interesting to go to that church. But the highlight was we went to the place that Jesus was baptized. Because the Jordan's been changed from dams and other things that have redirected it, hardly any water there. There was, of course, a church of John the Baptist there that was kind of in ruins, and then some new churches that are being built. But not far do you go to get to the Jordan River. In order to get baptized there, you had to buy a white robe. And so, of course, we bought white robes. And the reason they do that is because the Jordan, there's not much distance, maybe 20 feet between the Jordan banks, the country of Jordan, and the country of Israel. That's what divides them, the Jordan. So they want to make sure that people aren't trying to cross the waters. And if you're wearing the baptism clothes, they realize, oh, that person drifted down the water and isn't trying to escape the country. So fascinating that on either side of the Jordan are soldiers with machine guns, making sure that people aren't crossing territory lines. And what's in between but the baptism of Jesus. Surprisingly, there wasn't a priest or a pastor there to actually perform the baptisms, so I was pretty disappointed, actually. We get down to this really murky water, and I'm frustrated. And then the Chrissy, of course, went in, and then our two other friends that we made on this trip, an Australian older guy, Richard, and then Lan, who was grew up in Vietnam. The four of us go in, and we just held hands together, and then decided to go under 3 times, and kind of were baptized together. And I kind of had that moment of realization of, we don't need a high priest anymore. We don't need man to help us express our devotion to Jesus. And kind of that beautiful image of supporting one another in our declaration of wanting to be baptized in the faith was really just a significant moment. So today really starts that first day that we are walking into places that we know Jesus walked, and are seeing things that he would have seen. From a distance, from the Jordan, we can see where Jericho was, the oldest city ever, and of course, that first place that the Israelites took over as they started in the Promised Land. So, man, I'm so blessed, so excited to be in these places where Jesus' ministry took place and to see with my own eyes.